Tenako Tokato, everyone, and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. I'm your host, Mucky Hope, and I feel like this is one for the ages. All right, we got new trailer, new vibe, new everything, and for the first time this year, because it's only been 18 days, but also since, the Australia Tribe breakdown, where this handsome man and I, on Anzac Day, broke down what we thought was going to happen on the Australia Tribe. We thought David might be in control of everything. George might be in control of everything. Turns out neither is what actually happened. But everyone, please welcome one of my greatest friends, a phenomenal musician. It is a great, wonderful Stags Yarrow. How's it going, mate?
Yay! Mucky Hope Production! Yes, going very good. Not only is this the first time I'm joining this year, and since Anzac Day, that's crazy. So it's been like 8 months. That's ridiculous. But it's also the first time I'm joining since moving from New Zealand to Germany. So, hence why I have natural light coming on me right now. It's 11:24 a.m. So, yeah, good, man. I'm glad to be finally on an MHP episode since, moving here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't really be in Germany because you're not speaking German.
You're so right. For the rest of this podcast, I'm going to respond only in my limited German.
Exactly. I mean, it's a good thing I don't live in Germany because I don't speak German.
Kann ich mit Karte bezahlen?
So I've got no idea what you just said, mate. So, yeah,
also,
it would be a real issue.
Was ich will weiß ist, wenn ich kann mit Karte bezahlen.
Oui.
yeah, you get it, forget.
Yeah. Same continent. And a comment here from Brendan, aka Strange 5 Memes. 2 handsome men, one with a hat and one with a beard. Sorry, that was meant for Google. Well, I feel like it still led you to the right place, Brendan.
This live stream was the first Google search result, no?
It really was. It really, really was. But, we're not here to talk about handsome men, even though there are a lot of handsome men on this cast. We're here to talk about Australian Survivor Redemption. And I feel like let's just get straight on into it, Hamish. What do you reckon?
No, I reckon we should waste people's time for another 40 minutes and then get into it.
Yeah. What
would you guys like to hear me list every bird species?
Well, dude, so we're actually here just to stream Stag Zero music. Has nothing to do.
Yeah, this is a listening party of the entire Stag Zero discography.
Exactly. All right, and once again, huge shout out to our boy Mud Survivor for always dropping these trailers really, really fast as well, pretty instantaneously on release. But let's see what this trailer has to show, Hamish.
Tomorrow we basically take control of this tribe without anyone noticing. Let's roll it.
Sing a song for the broken hearted.
Time is ready.
The old faces, hey?
Hey! Fancy seeing you here.
Fancy seeing you here.
Nice of you to give someone else a chance to get some money this time.
Oh boy.
It's my...
That is a huge first day advantage.
You what?
Neck and neck. This is so tight. What a weapon! Let's go, come on!
You threw me into the fire.
Of course I did. Because you'd already thrown yourself into the fire.
You're not running the tribe. Who's running it?
Yes, I'm driving the bus. Someone's got to.
Just one moment, David.
There's 5 people sitting and there's 7 people standing.
It's my...
I am here for redemption and vengeance. I am unstoppable right now.
I'm throwing bombs everywhere. Big moves are what wins this game.
Redemption for me is bulldozing my way through this game, win $500,000.
And we're ready to ride the lightning? We're going to find out.
This is Australian Survivor Redemption.
Yeah, man. First initial thoughts.
The biggest thing for me is just like how weird it is. Not like bad weird. It's just like like so weird to see David be JLP.
Yeah.
That's just so odd to look at. But yeah, man, it's cool. I also find watching Simon funny because like, you know, I'm sure that he can do awesome, but I just think of like all his mess ups from like the season with like the not real idol and stuff, and just like all the derpy maneuvers. And I just like when he's like, "Am I ready to ride the lightning?" I'm just the only reference I have of him is him like not riding the lightning. But it's interesting though as well to see with Harry like, I feel like to say at tribal like, "Oh, I'm the one driving the bus" or whatever is like saying stuff like that, even if everyone knows it, kind of like puts a target on your back. So I'll be interested to see like his season, So that's kind of cool.
Well, what's so great about Harry is that even though he's labeled as like a villain, like master manipulator, all that kind of stuff, he's actually a very honest player.
Just except for his son.
Yeah, except for Oscar, right? But it's like, but can you like think of a time where he's truly stabbed someone from the back, like done something truly villainous?
Yeah, I mean he's not Macedonian Jesus, right? Like he's like smart. He's smart and like he plays well.
Yeah. Well, a comparison I've always made is that George is the hybrid version of AK and Harry, because George has the mastermind strategy like AK, but is also the underdog like Harry. Because Harry is more of a underdog, really, right? And so obviously with this run on the Contenders tribe, finding 2 idols. Harry's always been, and I definitely experienced this when we did our online game of Survivor together. Harry's always been just like an upfront, open player about everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think he minds saying that, like, yeah, I'm on the bottom, or like, yeah, I'm the one running things, because I think he's very like, here are all my cards for you to see. Yeah,
he plays ballsy. I guess I've never looked at him and thought of him as like the top player on the season, as opposed to like he's like up there. He's in the top like 3 or something. You know what I mean? But so that's a good point. I can see like how you'd label him as an underdog, considering he's not necessarily like Daviding it or whatever. He's just like always a notable player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone who you may not have necessarily seen on first glance, but we have a connection with someone on this cast, Hamish, because obviously our roots go back to Traders New Zealand, and in fact, one player on the cast is our beloved friend Kat from Traders New Zealand season 2.
The one who was like real mad.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'll quickly just bring that part up again, because it looks like she's the one really, like, what is it, riling it up with Johnson, I believe, who's also a returning player from a different show. He is from Big Brother Australia. So if I quickly just play this.
Of course I did. Because you'd already thrown yourself into the fire.
You're not running.
So like,
I should have paid attention to her accent, Jay.
Yeah.
True. You just don't think about it, eh? You're just so used to hearing like our accent. You just don't think about it. That's so damn and cool as well that like that not only is it a Kiwi, but like somebody who's representing the Māori of New Zealand. That's cool. That's on Australian Survivor. Good for her, man. Oh, that's exciting. I'm rooting for her then.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited for Kat, because let's not forget, Hamish, the second Ciali got recruited to be a trader, Kat clocked it straight away.
Yes.
Straight away.
Yeah, she's got a keen eye.
She's got a very great eye. And I think when it comes to a game like Survivor, where, I feel like a lot of people take for granted the social game, but also kind of seeing where everyone was at. Kat was kind of a part of the Ring of Fire alliance, but they very quickly realized, no, Ciali's a traitor. So she left the alliance to start going against Ciali, right? And so I think pretty much what I'm trying to say is I think playing Traders is probably one of the best preparations for Survivor, because Traders is just such a grand social game. And I think that's going to really help her out on the season.
Having that experience and that exposure to the kind of environment, and one in which you're like voting people out, and that's like the point as well.
Yeah. And another player I do want to very quickly highlight is this handsome geezer right here, Mr. Tez. I had the absolute wonderful opportunity of getting to meet him actually after Lady Gaga, and wonderful guy, great guy. He actually shouted me a pizza, Hamish.
Did you meet Lady Gaga?
No, I did not get to meet Lady
Then
Gaga.
I'm not interested. I'm kidding. No, that's cool. What was the pizza? What was the pizza?
I believe it was just like a cheese pizza. It was actually for him, but he felt a little bit too full, I think. So he's just like,
okay.
Yeah.
He was just like, yeah, you can finish it. You can have my scraps.
You can have my leftovers, yeah. But like, obviously, something
cool.
about me, Hamish, which like you kind of know. It's like I love to talk, and when I'm eating and trying to talk, I get like really awkward. So I'm trying to like chat with him, but then I also don't want to seem rude by just like not eating the food. But I don't want to be like that disgusting person who's just eating with a mouthful. Either,
Your eyes want for
But yeah, lovely guy, and yeah, I'm quite excited to see how well he's gonna do as well, and because we even do see a little bit on as well.
Throwing yourself into the fire.
You're not running the tribe. Who's running it?
Yes, I'm driving the bus.
We're not standing up.
Just one moment, David.
Where is it? Here we go. So I find this quite interesting, Hamish. So this is obviously their first tribal, right? So I assume this is after the Johnson and the Cat blow up. You've got Brooke here. Did you watch the highlight reel I sent you of Brooke?
Yeah, like 3/4 of it. And then I texted you asking about stuff, and then I just didn't finish watching it. But yeah, I get the point.
You get the point, yeah. So obviously you've got Brooke with some girlies over there. You've got Mark here, with Tez. I'm not too sure who the other two guys are, but yeah, it truly does look like it's going to be a very insane first tribal council for the Green Tribe here.
Already.
Yeah, and something that I'm curious to hear your opinion of, Hamish, because obviously you've seen Heroes versus Villains, a season that was hugely dominated by returning players. There were newbies there as well, but with the 12 people, no, was it 12? Yeah, with the 12 people that made merge, 8 of them were returning players. And 4 of them were newbies. And I'm just getting this weird itch, Hamish, that this is the season where the newbies are going to start striking the returning players.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the thing with reputation, right? You think about how quickly George and David got out in Australia versus the world. Like, their reputation won't be the only reason for that, but it will be a contributor. And so, like, Harry has been on a few seasons now, for instance, right? Like, I would imagine that he would kind of come in with a target on his back, regardless of how he plays. And that can probably go for any of the returning players, such as Simon and so on. And so with the newbies, like maybe they'll feel more like, oh yeah, not only do they want to target these people, but also because they know they're returning players and that they've played a few times, they know they're good, but also because they've seen them play, so they know their game as well. So they might know kind of how to read into it. Yeah.
Well, what I find so interesting about these 4 returning players, right, is that when it comes to like Simon, for example, right?
MHP, where have you gone?
Oh, have I disappeared? Hello? Oh, hang on. Have we lost Hamish? Hang on. We might have lost Hamish. Let me just remove him for 1 sec. See, this is the problem of doing everything live, guys, that all these hot, juicy things. Hang on, Stags, go there. Hang on, I'll just quickly message him to rejoin. Hang on, just give me 1 second. This is why it's hard doing everything live, everyone. You get all these technical difficulties going wrong. Try rejoining. Boom. All right, we'll just see how all that goes. But yeah, so something that I guess I do find about these returning players. Oh wait, has he come back? Are you back?
Yo, I don't know what happened with my internet. I thought it was you for a second. I'm just on mobile data now. I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, no, that's a bit weird. But yeah, I guess to go back to the point I was trying to make, what's so interesting about these 4 returning players, Hamish, right, is that you can't really pinpoint any specific thing about them, right? Well, hang on. In terms of like making a move, right? Because you've got Simon, right? What's he most well known for? For Cookie Idol, which was a fake, where he was bamboozled by it as well, for being like a challenge beast that might be the main target of him, right? Then you got Brooke. The first time she played, we covered this when we did our season rankings of Australian Survivor. In season 1, Brooke is like running the majority with Alan Flick, right? And her voice is kind of their voice of reason up until she gets blindsided. But in All Stars, she's on the bottom so much. She's kind of like a heroic challenge beast. So I feel like a lot of people might forget how strategic she was because she was always on the bottom. With Mark as well, he was very great in his season. I know that I did send you the highlights of Mark because I couldn't find any online. Mark was always very good at sort of bringing people together, right? I'd say one of the best moves he made was at the final 12. The Titans were pretty much in shatters. No one really trusted each other, wanted to work together. But he found a way to bring everyone back to the point where they almost drew rocks.
I guess the thing as well, though, with like, for instance, you mentioned with Simon, right? How like people will remember his mess up more than anything. You'd think that could also put a target on his back, not because he's a threat, but because who would want to work with someone if they feel that like let's say you think I'm like I'm gonna break everything I touch. Basically, every plan I work with, I'm gonna mess it up somehow because I'm that incompetent. Do you want to work with me? Probably not. So.
Yeah,
whether I'm your first one to vote out or whether you're just voting out somebody in my alliance, I kind of have a target or a kind of wider my alliance target on my back. Like I wouldn't work with Simon, just from having seen his seasons. I know that you would dislike that because you like Simon, but like I probably wouldn't. No disrespect to the guy.
Well, I mean, obviously, like if I was to continue the trend. At the very start, myself, Simon, and Alex in Equilibrium, we had 2 idols between the 3 of us. Let's get this going. And we all got knocked out in a row. It didn't work out that great for us. But I love Simon. I think he's a very entertaining player. And while I think we give George so much credit for the Fraser blindside, a lot of that does come down to Simon winning immunity. Right, in that episode, right? And obviously just his beef, his drama with George throughout that tribal as well. And so, yeah, like I think there's a lot of praise for Simon. I think he's had 2 very unlucky runs, but hopefully third time is a charm when it does come to Simon. But I am pretty worried about Harry, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like Harry's got a name for himself. I think in relation to your question, though, about the newbies, dominating. Like I think stuff like that, like Harry, as you say, right? Being notable would be a reason that they'd want to go for him. Although it looks like from the trailer, and the trailer could be showing us nothing. It could be showing us clips from the first 2 episodes, really. But it sounds like Harry could be running it. He could be running it like AK did, though, in AK's first season. He could be doing the really strong, dominant beginning of the game and then doesn't last long. He could burn out real quick. But I think Harry would probably have a target on his back. I would probably want to work with him, but I'd be wary of him. If he didn't seem like he wanted to work with me, I would probably want to put his name out there. As for Simon, as I say, yeah, like I just don't think as many people would want to work with Simon, even if they get on with him well in the tribe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think with Harry, everyone's going to remember Oscar. Everyone knows him as Dirty Harry. The cockroach, right? And so I think that's going to paint a huge target on his back. And my theory for the season is 2 returning players will make the merge.
2, okay. Those being?
I think it's Simon and Brooke.
Simon and Brooke, okay.
And
that makes sense.
Which something that I guess just quickly spitball, if I was to go back to the trailer, do we potentially think, because Mark, he played only a couple seasons ago, right just right before Brains vs. Brawn 2, same season as Eileen, when you helped me make that beautiful song for Eileen. So he's still quite a recent player. Would he maybe turn on Brooke or try to flip things onto Brooke this early on just to kind of get that the target of there being 2 returnees, or I guess 4 returnees, including Johnson and Cat.
I think there's like the benefit of targeting the other returnees to kind of like, make yourself like good with the not returnees. But at the same time, you could say that could be detrimental in the sense that the other returnees could be shields for you. So if you're intentionally going after them yourself, then once they're gone, you're the only returnee and you're the only previous player threat, which puts a target on your back. So I think you'd have to be like, I think it'd be kind of like case by case. It like depends what the dynamic of the tribe is, what the people's vibes are like. You'd kind of have to sense that out. But yeah, it'd be you'd have to play pretty smart as a returning player.
Yeah. And just overall, bro, I'm just so hyped for this season, eh? Like, I mean, obviously, yeah. It's gonna be like, Hamish, let's go watch this episode. Nah.
No, what I will say is that what I understood from the highlights is that Brooke has got like a good she seems to have a good social game, or that she's good at kind of like gelling with people, or that's how it seemed anyway. So I think that she will hopefully do well to kind of fit into whichever alliance she needs to, or kind of like have a good relationship with the people she wants to, like kind of appeal to the right people. So that could be kind of cool to see.
Yeah. And I guess just really quickly, I will just bring up this post that our boy Useless Australian Survive Facts had made a long time ago, way back, before the castle's confirmed, is when we had gotten together to do a rumored cast breakdown. So I guess just to open it all up. So these are all the returning players here. Obviously, we've chatted about like Brooke, Harry, Simon, Mark, like Kat. What do you think about Kat coming into Survivor? Like, do you see longevity for her?
I think longevity is always going to be uncertain for her because she's a New Zealander, as opposed to an Australian. So not necessarily in the terms of the game. Like, she may do very well in the game or not, who knows? But in terms of just her longevity in the Australian, reality TV or whatever kind of industry, I think she comes in with a disadvantage not being an Australian. But
she is living in Melbourne, from what I know.
Okay, well that obviously helps her as well.
Yeah,
but even still, I think the main thing will be like how entertaining she is, or how well she performs. Yeah, like if she dominates the season, then that's really good. I think it just depends how well she plays, and how memorable she is as a player, either from strategy or because she's funny, or whatever. I think she'll be less of the kind of goofy, funny character for sure. She'll definitely be more of like a ballsy, I play like a bull kind of player, if I remember her very well, and from Traders, and it just depends if that will work well for her or not, I guess.
Yeah, I think Kat's gonna be the one to watch this season. She's gonna call out the shit, as we kind of already see, right? Like I can see Johnson, maybe because from what I know, he is quite a big fan of Survivor as well. Obviously played in Big Brother, and that he came second, I believe, as well. And just from what I roughly know, he's quite a ballsy player, and so I could see him maybe being like a Nash, like a Ferris, right? Just trying to come out the gate playing really, really hard. And maybe Kat's just clocking him. It's like, bro, you're playing way too hard.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see, and obviously it'd be cool like for us to support New Zealand as well in that sense. Like, she's kind of carrying our torch, because like, other than Australia versus the world, is there a time a Kiwi has been on Australian Survivor?
I think for Blood vs. Water, there were these cousins on, and I think one of them is a Kiwi. His name is Jordan. He didn't really do that well in terms of screen time. He came 9th, I believe.
Okay.
Lisa
and
came...
so he was the cousin of an Australian, or
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I mean, that's what I think. Not 100% sure on that one. Lisa, she came 6th in Australia versus the world. However, And here's the only one downside to Lisa Hamish that I don't think I've told you about. She tried to quit the game at the final 7 to play for closest out. I've told you about this?
because of like with her season kind of
yeah.
And so, and the bro's just like, nah, like 2 people will go home.
Yeah, exactly. And so as long as Kat doesn't try to quit, then hopefully more New Zealand.
Aotearoa strong.
Yeah. And I guess going into the influencers. So Blanche is a health professional, but you know me when it comes to health, Hamish. You know, like the local dairy, you know, the one I always go to, have started stocking these, Hamish, for $6. The good old Puhoi Valley standard size, $6, Hamish.
You see, I don't know what the regular price is for them. I'm going to be honest.
It's like $8.45.
Oh no, you're going to have a heart attack this year.
Probably.
Everybody, you should start donating to Mucky Hope Productions so that you can pay for his heart transplant.
Exactly. See, this is where I need advice from Blanche to tell me how I should really be controlling my diet. Of just
no, it's okay. I'll save you the time. I'll tell you. Stop having so much fucking chocolate milk.
I also did actually go to McDonald's just to grab a chocolate milkshake today as well. Like guys, it's not an addiction, okay? I've been in love with chocolate milk.
It's not an addiction. I can stop anytime I want.
No, look, it's not an addiction. I've just been drinking this drink like every day since 2019. If it was an addiction, I would know.
Yeah, you would have time to figure it out. I bet you, bro, if I got you, like, for your birthday this year, if I got you, like, an IV drip, like, in the hospital filled with flipping chocolate milk, you'd be like, yes, put that straight into my bloodstream. You would be so happy, bro.
Bro, I've actually started using my smoothie maker recently to make homemade chocolate milk.
Yeah, let me guess. The homemade chocolate milk is just you putting a little bit of milk and then, like, half a tub of Nesquik.
No, I'm actually trying to make up like my own chocolate milk. So I've been using like cocoa powder and brown sugar with some milk as well.
Oh.
And I'm
you should make your own brand, bro. Mucky Hope Productions branded chocolate milk. Imagine.
This is where the merch comes in, guys. I will ship international chocolate milk.
Yo, true. And you have to send them in like Yeti coolers, otherwise it'll get there and be off.
I'll do a partnership with MacPack.
Yeah.
But anyways, Blanche is someone who I'm quite excited to see as well. We've got Ben Davis, ex-AFL player. You know, AFL players, I feel like it's a hit or a miss. You know, we've got like David, for example, in Heroes vs. Villains, Hamish, where just no screen time, doesn't really seem that interesting. But then you get a player like Abby, who is pretty good at the game.
Isn't Sean also an AFL player? The horse?
Yes, I believe he was an AFL player as well. Yeah,
and he was pretty notable as a character. Yeah, I think AFL is just very like you know, like patriotic Australia, if you get me, the concept of it. And so I think obviously they want to have AFL players to make the Aussies watching be like, yeah, Australia, you know, which is fair.
Yeah. It's like if we were to cast like Martin Nonu on a random season of New Zealand Survivor, you know.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah. No, I was just thinking that. I was thinking what rugby players would they put on? Yeah.
If they could cast one like All Black player, who would you want on?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, so like probably not one of the. Like, it's easy to just be like, oh, like Bowden Barrett or something. But no, I reckon there's got to be somebody better. Like, on the one hand, right, I like the idea of those, like, kind of older, you know, generation, so to speak.
McCaw's, like, coming in.
Yeah, or like Tana Umanga or something, you know, but to play the role of, like, you know, Tarzan from season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be that kind of character. But at the same time, I reckon like some of the like the younger players as well could be cool because like they have a lot of that more like, you know, like funny, like goofy energy. So that could be kind of cool. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I felt pretty good to the crack up.
Yeah, true. No, actually, Flip. There's I can't think of what his name is now, which is annoying me. He's he plays for the Canes, or maybe played for the Canes, which is annoying me now that I can't think of what his name
no one
is.
really cares about the Canes, though.
Nah, shut up, Jay. That's my team, bro. He also played for the All Blacks, though. I can't think what his name is now. But he's very, very like, you know, like headstrong, like, you know, like he's
Conrad Smith.
No. Yeah, like Buzzcut or whatever. But anyway, not
Geordie Barrett.
No, not one of the Barrett boys. But it's okay. He's like, I reckon he'd be like, bring that fiery energy and cause a little, like, you know, stir the pot a little bit, just because he'd just get like mad at annoying people, which would be cool. It'd be good TV, you know. So
Dane Coles.
No, hold on. TJ Perenara.
Oh yeah, TJ would be pretty great as well.
Yeah.
I would like Damien McKenzie on. I reckon he'd be pretty cheeky as well.
Yeah, true.
Like classics, like put on Kevin Mialamu, Ma'anonu, Puri Wepu, Jerome Kano, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Yeah, flipping bring back bro. Flipping I haven't talked about rugby in so long. What's our flipping hero? He bro runs through people, bulldozes people. He's not alive anymore. What's his name again? Fuck.
Jonah Lomu.
Yes, bring him back. Bring him back. You know, all those posts where it's like you can bring back one, and it's like Michael Jackson or like, you know, flipping Bob Marley or something. Nah, bro, Jonah Lomu, my man.
Hell yeah. Is taking a whip of an L at the moment, so I feel like we do need John Holomo to come in and actually
New Zealand rugby, it's still strong, man, but it's not like I don't think of us as this like outstanding top of the world team where we just smash everyone. Like all of a sudden it's like we go against like Ireland or South Africa or whoever, and it's just like, yeah, like I don't know, it could go either way, you know? Like we're still in the top leagues in terms of quality, but like the distance between us and like the other top teams is like way smaller than it used to be. So yeah, we definitely New Zealand needs to up its rugby game for sure.
Yeah. And I guess just before we start to close things off here, something that I did kind of just realize, right? And I just want to scroll down because I just need to confirm this, but I think there are 4 returnees on one tribe, and then Simon and Harry on the other.
Interesting.
I think because there's another returnee that we haven't spoken much about at all, and that's Don Rogers. And you recall that one episode I showed you, the one where David got the 2 like where, you know, Brooke played idol on him, and then he got Matt to play the idol, and then he blindsided Daisy, got his like revenge and stuff. Like it would have been years ago.
I don't know if I'd remember this now.
Yeah, it was like years ago when I was first like getting you to like watch like Survivor.
Yeah.
Anyways, but Matt Rogers, you know, he's like the godfather of Australian Survivor. His brother is now playing, and if we do low key have a look at this, if I just scroll up, does that look green to you?
Bro, so not only am I looking at this on my phone screen, which is smaller, I'm also like very colorblind.
Oh yeah, true. So that it's like no, because
I believe you.
Because if we go back to the trailer over here, you get what I mean? I'm like, is that Don? I'm going to see if we can, you know, just go back a wee bit. Keep an eye out. Hang on. If we just keep on going back. Boom. If I start playing
Thursday advantage.
we're going to really analyze
This
this.
is so tight.
Keep an eye
What a weapon!
old guy.
Let's go, come on!
Can you see Don here? No. Oh, we do see Blanche. Look, we get a sneaky shot of Blanche right there. Good old Blanche.
You threw me into the fire.
Of course
So
I did.
we Can we see Don anywhere?
Because you'd already thrown yourself into the fire.
You're not running the tribe. Who's running it?
Yes, I'm driving the bus. Someone's got to.
Right.
Just one moment.
Can we see? Is that Don? I think that's Don right there. So Don pretty much. He played in The Voice Australia, so he's not like a social strategy returning player like Cat, like Johnson, or any of the Survivor players, but maybe that puts more of a target on them since they're like 4 kind of returnees on one tribe. What's your thoughts on that?
Possibly. They have some level of reputation, whether it's like a strategic reputation or people just know who they are. So yeah, that's the thing. I reckon though, like you would be a very good detective as long as every time there was a case you had to investigate, like a murder case or something. Every time your like chief sergeant or whatever just told you that in some way it was Survivor related, you'd be like, yeah, this is like a triple homicide where like it's this dude's been like on the run and stuff. You have to find him. He also may be featuring on the next season of Australian Survivor, and you would find him like that, bro.
Yeah, just a couple comments here from the wonderful Chris. Welcome to the live, Chris. Massive first day advantage. They get a pizza, especially if it's from the shop that where I got to meet up with Tez, because that was a pretty nice pizza. That one actually. Thrown into the fire. A medical evacuation is a trial by fire. Literally, if you survive in the game, if you don't, well, you're medically evacuated. John Rogers might sing his way to the top. See, I feel like you couldn't do this, Hamish, because your music is just shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I want to come back to the pizza comment because when you said it, I was thinking about this. There's a place in Christchurch. It's a venue for music called Space Academy. So I can tie both comments in because Stags Yarrow played there. But anyway, not the point. The pizza there is the best. I'm not talking shit right now. The pizza there is the best pizza I've had in my life. Oh my god, bro. Go to any gig, even if you don't like the music. Like support the local musicians at Space Academy in Christchurch. Get a pizza. You won't be upset.
And hell yeah, that's great. But Hamish, is it any better than the memories Pizza Hut has with us? From grabbing a Pizza Hut or Domino's and going to have them, like, I would say under the stars, but we always chose to go under the cloud.
Yeah. Nah, Domino's was like most of our time. Pizza Hut was more like the last like half year maybe of my time in New Zealand. Like after work we'd like be like broken from work and we'd just like go to the Pizza Hut up the road. But yeah, the good old days were definitely Domino's. Just down the road from our places. But
but I guess trying to bring all we've got off topic way too many times to Australian Survivor. I do worry for this Green Tribe on having, I guess, 4 like celebrities on the one tribe. I think they might paint like a target as like a group. And maybe, when we see like Mark whispering, you go with Tez and a couple others. I think Don might be up there as well. If I just play real quick. Yeah, so that might be Don there. So maybe Mark is trying to like swing things to maybe start taking out some of the returnees. So then less of a target on him. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it's going to be very exciting nonetheless.
It could be chaotic, like whether it's the right move to go for the returnees or not, or like I think that there'll definitely be some tension that could lead to some pretty early chaos. So yeah, probably a relatively explosive season, or at least the first part of it, which could be cool.
Yeah, and just I guess one final player I do just want to highlight. We saw it a couple of times in the promo, but if I can just quickly find where she is. Here we go. Here she is. When I first saw this name, Hamish, I did not see the last name, and I did not see who the lovely lady looked like. And I thought it was our dear friend, Aisha Bagnell, but no, it is actually Aisha Wooten. Is that how you used to say her last name? I'm not sure. I'm not really bad with pronouncing names, but we have Aisha here. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm just
Wait,
getting
can you
a
scroll
good
up
vibe.
again? Does it say Whiten? Wighton? It's probably Whiten, bro.
Aisha Whiten? Witten?
Why would it be? Why would it be Whitten?
I don't know, man. Like,
Dude, this is your mother tongue.
In addition to being an NDIA support worker, Aisha currently living in, I'm going to say Brisbane because I have no idea how to pronounce that, is also a Birmingham actress. She made her screen debut at SXSW City 2025 with the short film Deadly. She revealed her inclusion with an Instagram post caption, "That lovely retreat I went on was actually just me starving on an island competing to win $500,000. I don't know, man.
Wow.
Like when you get like that vibe from someone, and you're like, I can see great things or like great potential.
You're like, I don't get that from the split.
yeah, exactly. First boat is out the gate,
yeah.
Like I believe she's on the same tribe as she's got like the blue buff. She's on the same tribe as Harry and Simon. She's gonna be the first boat easy.
Yes, yeah, like as you would be on your season.
Yeah, hey, that season would then get cancelled after my episode, all right? And just be
what, because you would just do all of the cancelable things. You're like, no one can see me fail after all this talk about how well I'm gonna do. No one can see me fail, and then you're just gonna like run around streaking and then just like punching people in the face. Like they can't hear it.
Yeah, no. What I meant is like it would just be too good of an episode. The ratings would just drop straight after.
Oh, true. Like you would single-handedly destroy Australian Survivor by making it such that there's nothing that can compare to it. True. Because that's how bad you're going to play that bad that it's that fun to watch.
Shut up, baby. And I suspect it's pronounced Whiten. Whiten is usually spelt that way. Aisha is an Aboriginal woman, I believe, based off her Instagram. And her bio says, which I'm pretty sure is an Aboriginal tribe in New South Wales. Oh, cool. Yeah, I would say definitely. I guess just having a look. Do I have a whole cast photo right here? Let me have a look. Because one thing that's definitely, I guess, a downside to Australian Survivor, compared to something that the US kind of done, is definitely the lack of diversity. While there is a lot of great, I guess, like personalities and stories on the show, like in more recent seasons, the representation has been going up, which has been really great to see. Obviously, we've got like Johnson here, Aisha, we've got Kat. I'm unsure on who this lovely chap's name is. I've yet to learn everyone's name on the cast. Obviously, like Brooke as well. Like the diversity is just going up and up when it comes to Australian Survivor, and I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously, I support the cat thing. But yeah, like all of it. Yeah, I agree with what you just said.
Yeah, and I guess just any final thoughts on Australian Survivor Redemption, my friend?
I think it's a cool concept. I'd be interested. Actually, do you know where in New Zealand Kat's from?
So I'm not sure where. However, you might remember this, Hamish, but just before I went off to Canada, there was a job offer for a Australian Survivor promo shoot down in Wellington. And at first I was thinking maybe for Lisa, for Australia vs. World, are they just that behind on editing that they like haven't even filmed like her backstory, like the scene from home kind of thing, right? But no, it wasn't for Lisa because she lives in Christchurch.
Yeah, I mean, it could also just be that they had to have those things in Wellington because it's the capital or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if they're filming stuff of their home life, then yeah, it would make sense that it would be in their hometown or where they live at least. Because
we didn't get anything from Lisa about her home life, so.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Interesting. Oh well, interesting point. No, yeah, I think it could be a cool season. I think it's following Australia versus the world. You're not going to make something that's like as epic, so to speak. So I think that they're just keeping on with it, just getting back to normal. Like you've got a few returning players, cool. Ones that have come back a few times, but not necessarily over milked. And you've got new players as well. You know, you can kind of pave the way for, you know, new names, new faces that could be returning players one day. And like you say, you got more diversity as well, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah. And just a comment here from Cruisers as well. I like Australian Survivor diversity more. Different types of people, regardless of race or the new era cast, are so the same. I do 100% agree with that. Like, I guess what I mean is, like, I like the diversity in terms of, like, you know, more stories, right? You know, more stories, more different backgrounds, more different ethnicities, like different sexualities out there on the show and stuff, because everyone's got a story, right? But it's always about the mindset, and that's where I think the new era does kind of lack a bit, where since everyone's a super duper fan of the show, it is just like a cut copy of each other. So I do 100% agree with that. At least with Australian Survivor, they focus more on the story of the player instead of, hey, I'm a super fan. So
yeah, exactly. Like, I've been watching this show for this many years, and the next player's like, I've been watching this show for this many years, I've been training every day, and it's the same thing. Versus like, oh yeah, like, I'm a chef in a kitchen, and I feed my 3 kids and my dog, and I live in, you know, Wodonga, you know, or something like that.
Well, I mean, just the greatest example I use, 5 of the players in Australia representing Australia, David hardly watched Survivor before he went out and played. He's now the host of the show. You know?
Yeah, true. He got sucked into it.
And he's seen as like the best player in Australian Survivor. You got Luke Toki, King of the Jungle. Hardly saw any Survivor before he went out and played. Shonny, I don't think seen much Australian Survivor. Kirby, who's just like a superstar in herself, hadn't seen much Survivor either before. Well, no, she still hasn't. Apart from her own 2 seasons, I don't think she's watched any other Survivor still to this day. And so, yeah, like, here are the players representing Australia as genuinely some of the best players to ever play, right? And so, I think it always comes down to the personality and how they're willing to play the game, right? And so, yeah. And I guess just
with the over the top super fanism, you know, of New Era, I guess that's like, in a way, it's like too meta almost.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guess just one final thing before we end things off, Hamish. What is your thoughts on? Because I know you haven't been on the podcast since we chat about it, but with David now being the host of Australian Survivor, any thoughts?
Like, I think it's cool. Like, obviously, I think JLP leaving was silly. I mean, maybe I don't know all the backstories and whatnot. Maybe there's just stuff that I don't know. But like, I don't think it was necessary or worthwhile. I think, like, obviously a lot of people got hit pretty hard by that. I think it's kind of sad. Like, JLP was obviously so good and you know, reputable, and like, people really loved him. But like, I think David can do good. I think, you know, like, we just give him a chance, and he could be real mean at it, which is, you know, I think I'm excited to see how it goes, because he'll still have his charming character, but he'll have to tone it down in the sense that, like, it's not all about him. So it'll be interesting to just see what he's like, just like, you know, supporting the players and like putting it onto them and stuff. Like, he's played a few times. He knows what it's like and how JLP was. Like, I'm sure he'll do cool. It was just very whiplashy, or that's not the right word, but it was very weird watching the trailer, just like, David. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be cool though.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, end of the day, it's not David's fault that JLP's gone.
No,
right? You know,
totally.
David took up a great opportunity. You know, he won 9 million Australian dollars with Deal or No Deal Island, which I did love that comment by Brooke, which is like, wow, I'm glad this time you aren't taking money away from the rest of us, you know, because Brooke obviously got snubbed because of David, so is Harry, you know, like, it's just, great stuff. But it's like, I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the table. I don't think we're going to see anything grand or groundbreaking for this first season, but in my opinion, it took JLP like maybe the first 2, maybe 3 seasons before he really found his own. And when it comes to being a Survivor host, instead of kind of being similar to Jeff. So I'm excited to see what David's going to bring. I think if you had to pick someone from Australian Survivor, he probably is the one to pick.
And like, realistically, like, is David really going to play again? Like, even if he didn't take this opportunity, like, it almost feels like, you know how like the coach of a sports team, right? Like of like a national sports team or an international sports team or whatever, maybe like a former player. They're probably a former player themselves, right? Like, they probably used to play and represent their country in that sport, and now they're older. they've done it enough times. They're like, okay, I'm taking a step back. I'm going to coach. I almost feel like it's similar. Obviously, he's not coaching, but it's like he's kind of in his playing Survivor retirement. So now it's like, oh, what do I do? Like be an analyst or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's the host. So I think it's cool. It's like a nice progression of time or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I know you haven't seen the episodes yet, despite me trying to force you many, many times. But that's the best thing about living in a different country from me, Hamish. There's only so much I can do to force you to watch Survivor. But David's parting words is that he's now retired from playing Australian Survivor. And it's like, what more does he have to prove? He played one of the greatest non-winning games. First time he then played arguably one of the greatest winning games of all time when he did win. And Australia versus the world, he was just too big of a threat.
Yeah.
What more does he really have to prove, right? So
and Deal or No Deal kind of set him up such that like from a monetary standpoint, he doesn't need to play. He'd be playing because he wants to,
Yeah, and so I think it's a great opportunity for David, and I'm excited to see where it's all going to go. But that does actually bring us to the end of our podcast, Hamish. Once again, thank you so much for coming on and chatting away Australian Survivor with me. It's it's fun. We need to do it more often.
I was. Well, we'll see. No, I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, I've been living in Europe for almost 5 months, and this is my first time being on the thing. It's wild. It took us not quite a half year, but going in that direction before I after leaving New Zealand, that I actually got on your podcast again. But cool to be back.
Yeah, man. And where can people find you? What are you up to? Anything you're working on?
You can find me at this address. No. So obviously Spotify, Apple Music, all that usual stuff, as well as Instagram and that Stags Yarrow, the name that you can see here. I do have more music coming. I should have some live songs, live recordings from a gig coming out, as well as while I'm still working on the next singles of all the kind of heavy stuff, I've got an instrumental piece coming out in the coming months, soon to come months, which is cool. Probably February, we'll see. But anyway, check me out. I'm on Insta regularly enough. Otherwise, if you're not already subscribed to MHP, then what are you doing? Subscribe.
Exactly. Well, you might as well just do it now. Subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times, everyone.
Naughty Times.
Have you noticed I've now got it in a thing now, Hamish? Have you noticed that?
You've had that for a while, haven't you?
I have, but I'm still just so proud of it. It means I'm
subscribe to Michael's Only Mucks.
Yeah. Only Mucks. And my own chocolate milk will be the Muck Shake. Everything is mucked.
Yo, get the Muck Shake from the Only Muck Shake.
Hamish, what's something cheeky and or naughty that you have been up to in this past week?
Cheeky and or naughty. Staying up past my bedtime. No. That's a good question. No, I had a friend actually from New Zealand that I had met while being in Europe when I was traveling Bosnia. He came and visited me in Berlin, so he stayed on my floor for 2 nights. Because my bed, I don't know if you can see, it's not very wide, and I don't have an airbed or a couch or anything because we don't have a living room. So we laid my duvet on the ground, and then he lay in a sleeping bag on top of that. The ground is wood, by the way. And then I was on my bed with no blanket because he was lying on it. And then so to compensate, we just turned up the heat from the heater. And that was like that for 2 nights. So that was my cheeky naughty. How about you?
Did that make you miss my hard, unbalanced sofa?
No, because at least my mattress is comfy.
Yeah, true. No,
your sofa, bro. I have good memories of that sofa because of the amount of times I crashed at your place for whatever reason, and it's just kind of the good old days thinking about it. But I do not miss sleeping on that thing. It's horrendous.
So to basically describe it, so it's my couch. It can fold down into a bed, but when it folds down, the whole center bit kind of rises up into a lump. So it's not like
it's just this
flat
bar.
bed. It's just a bar. And I remember when my cousin came to crash, he just fell asleep on the bed, and I don't want to be that asshole that's like, bro, move. So I decided.
So you slept on the couch and understood what you've been putting me through.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the worst night sleeps I've ever had in my apartment, honestly.
Bro, because the thing is, it's not like the couch is wide enough that like you can sleep on either side of the bar in the middle. You kind of still have to be on it a little bit. You know?
Exactly. It's just which angle do you want to be on?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, pretty much, long story short, do not come and crash at my place. My spare bed is not very comfortable. But in terms of me, cheeky and or naughty, honestly, man, not much. I've been kind of just like head down, ass up, and just going to town. You get what I mean? Just like working, and it's just
yeah.
So I don't have too much to really share, unfortunately. However, I guess something kind of exciting. Hamish, you might notice one photo is missing.
Yes. Which one?
I'm in the slow migration of moving these to the bedroom and then having all the survivor.
Why is it a slow migration? There are there are 3 more of those things to move.
Well, it's because I don't have all the photos printed out yet, and I'm also going to be getting some like photo frames.
They're right there. They're behind you. You can just pick them up.
Like the new photos.
You just move them.
But I need the new. I don't have the new photos printed out just yet, and I'm going to put them in like a frame. Going to stick them up, and it's going to look great. Trust me, it will look great.
So what's going to be behind you when you're podcasting? Since the stuff behind you now is going to move to your bedroom.
It's going to be like photos of like Michelle Kahuna and I, of all the different.
Actual MHP, true.
Yeah, just all the great stuff of all the wonderful people I've met. I will be going to.
Can
Brisbane.
I just send you a bunch of photos from like Stag's Yarrow gigs to just make a collage?
Well, no, because none of those were great photos.
True. No, they're great photos, just not great performances.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I brought like noise cancelling earphones just to enjoy.
Right. Yeah, most people wear earmuffs, but that was quite smart because then that way you can actually listen to good music as well.
Exactly, like the Australian Survivor theme song.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's so right. You can listen to like Luke Toki deep dives.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And so I guess that's the only naughty thing I'm doing. I will be coming to Brisbane though in March for the first week of March, from the 1st of March to the 12th of March. So if you're around, please make sure you say hi. I'm sure there'll be hopefully some watch parties, as I believe the season is premiering February 23rd, I believe. So hopefully there'll be something juicy there. But until then, here on Mucky Hope Productions, myself, Fee, and Drew are covering the Traitors America. It's been quite a wild season, from like Rob Sister Nino, with Colton, with Michael Rappaport, with Tiffany, Natalie Anderson, so many great players and great drama, like Candace, like Lisa, phenomenal. Absolutely loving this. Make sure you check out our recaps every single Saturday night, midnight to our time. I believe it's like 9 p.m. or like 10 p.m. Australian time. Plus, Michelle and I are just about to finish our Australian Survivor season rankings, with number 1 being Titans vs Rebels. They will be coming out this Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Melbourne and Sydney time. Make sure you check all of that out. And plus, but wait, there's more. Season 50 pre-season content will be coming soon as well, between V and Drew and hopefully Jake as well. So stay tuned for all that. I've been your host, Mucky Hope. Subscribe. We're 2 more subs away from 200 subscribers. So let's bring up to that cheeky 200. Subscribe and follow Stag's Yarrow. I'm really talking a lot. I'm starting to run out of breath. But kakita no, everyone. And I'll catch you on the next stream. Take it easy, everyone. Have a good night.
Everyone.